Hi folks, time for another TimeGuessr Daily. Let's go. Right, this is obviously, once again, the Paris Olympics. We've got the Eiffel Tower in the background and it looks like sunset over there. So we're facing west, which suggests to me that we are obviously to the east of the Eiffel Tower. I mean, we're looking at it. Oh, Eiffel Tower Stadium. Huh, gotta be that, hasn't it? So I guess we're just over here somewhere. Boop. Something like that. Should we try satellite? Yeah, that must be where they've built the stadium. Maybe it's a temporary thing. Alright, let's go. 10,000 points. Okay, I mean, pretty straightforward one to start off with. Given that it's labelled on the map, etc. A beach volleyball game in front of the Eiffel Tower during the 2024 Paris Summer Olympics. The weird thing is the sun seems to be setting, I guess, in like the north west in the summer. Maybe that makes sense. Right then, this looks like the 1960s. Sean Connery Bond. Let's see. I think Goldfinger. Yeah, I think that must be kind of about 68, 69 kind of time. Not 100% sure on that, but I think the first Bond, I think Dr. No, was early 60s or maybe late 50s. I think it was the same week that the Beatles' first album came out, was the week that Dr. No came out. Big week for long-standing British culture. So maybe it's not quite 10 years later. Maybe this is maybe it's about 1965. El Escudo de, does that say potentially Sevilla? And it's in Spanish. Something. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that says Madrid. I mean, it's looking fairly capital city-ish, isn't it? Major city. Hotel Gronville, perhaps? I'm wondering if we're in the middle of... I mean, that looks like another cinema here. Wondering if we're in the middle of Madrid. I mean, that says non-flammable, which is in English, but I think it also says películas, which is Spanish, so... Look, I think let's put this in Madrid. Right, where can we see maybe like theatres? I mean, this street doesn't seem to have any like trees or anything on it. It seems to be pretty grand, like pretty central. I don't think we've got any street signs, do we? It's possible it's not Madrid at all. But yeah, I guess we just look for, I don't know exactly. That'll be something that says Iberia, maybe? Something TV. What I will say is all these major streets in Spain do seem to be pretty green, which this street isn't really. Tell you what, this road does curve, which might give us a bit of a clue. All these streets seem to curve the wrong way, or be far too green. I'm not too sure about this. I think maybe we're on course for another plonking here. Oh, I'm taking far too long on this. Let's just put it in the middle of Madrid. I'm not going to find this place, even if I am in the right city. So let's just put it somewhere in the middle like that and hope that we're not too far away. It was the right year and it actually wasn't too far away in the grand scheme of things. I'm pretty happy with that. A view towards the cinema showing the 1964 James Bond film Goldfinger. So I was actually a year off from the release, but I was the right year in the photo. Okay, off to a very good start. Next round. Right, this is somewhere in India. There's a lot to digest here. So hopefully there'll be some good clues buried in all of this text. We've got Syndicate Bank, Crawford Market. That's something, isn't it? Party shop, beauty place, Subway. It's not a long time ago. Government of India. So does that suggest we might be in... Excuse me. Does that suggest we might be in Delhi? Maybe. What else can we see? Something 9262 doesn't mean anything. Pretty beaten up car over there. That actually doesn't look too old. None of this stuff looks that old. So I think we might be sometime, certainly in the last sort of 10 years. What does that say? Panasonic LED Lighting Experience Center at something. It's always the things that are most likely to be a place name that are hardest to read. Okay, well look, I think Crawford Market is the best clue we have in terms of a location. I think, given that it says Government of India, I think maybe let's start in Delhi. Right, we can see a market here, Janpath Market, Weekend Book Market. So I don't know whether all of the markets are going to jump out at us like that. Khan Market. Okay, there's a lot of markets. Yeah, this is going to be quite a involved search, I think. And it's annoying to think that it might not even be in New Delhi. It could be anywhere. But I'm just going to scroll around a little bit and see what I can find. There are so many markets. It's going to be impossible to know whether I've seen all of the markets in New Delhi or not, and whether or not I should therefore move on to a different city, or whether I just commit to this. It just keeps going. These like market style icons, they just never run out. Still going. National Market. Just such an enormous place. Right, I mean we're pretty far into the outskirts here. Crawford Market. It's in the middle of flipping Mumbai. That's exciting. Come on, map, load. Maybe let's switch to satellite view. Come on. Could that be that, and then that building there is that building? Do we have like a tall building behind? I mean, it did definitely say Crawford Market, didn't it? Crawford Market. What can we see? Look, there's Party Shop. Beauty Palace, yeah. And there's that. So I think we must be standing over... Let's go back into satellite mode again. Oh, okay, yeah. So what? That is that building there. This is this building here. So I think we're just over here somewhere. Like, maybe like here? Something like that? Yeah, I'm not going to agonize too much, but I know we're in roughly the right place. So, for a year on this, I'd say this car is from about 2014 or so. I'm not seeing any kind of technology or anything. Panasonic LED lighting experience. I mean, when could this be from? Maybe let's say it's about 2017, something like that. 2014, but we did get 5,000 on the location, so this is going pretty well. Okay, all right, next round. Okay, so we've got a tram or a trolley. Northland, Miramar. Cars depart here for something. Lyle Bay, kill something. Something you'll Bay, something like that. Something Bay, Miramar. Try tingies for paint and wallpaper. I'm wondering whether this might be... Oh, look, here we go. Lambton Station, Botanical Gardens, Northland, Karori. They've got great, or they've got, what are they called? Union Jacks, Union flags. Union Clothing Company, Stewart Warner, Radio Auditorium. I think we're in the Antipodes here. I think we're in maybe New Zealand, given how hilly it all is. Miramar. What does this say? Lynx Suit Headquarters. Vance. Oh, Vivian. Vance Vivian Lynx Suits. It's pretty old. Pretty old. Cars depart here. Okay, let's try and work this out. Lambton Station. Botanical Garden. There's a Botanical Gardens in Sydney. But, like, this isn't looking very Sydney, so I don't think it's that. I think that says Oriental Bay. Island Bay. And then Northland, Karori. What does that say? Dental surgeon, Bank of something. Bank of New Zealand, right? I think that's Bank of New Zealand. Okay, so we need to find a New Zealand city that has areas called Northland, Miramar. There's only about 3 cities in New Zealand, so let's just go north to south. I'm not seeing anything here that chimes with what we're seeing in the thing. So let's try, what's the next one down? Wellington. Oh look, Karori, Miramar. So we must be somewhere in kind of central Wellington. I'm going to assume that big Bank of New Zealand building might still be there. Old Bank. So if that's the old bank, how does that work out for us? No, not very well. Can we see where the trolley system, or whatever it's called, tram system, goes? Maybe it doesn't exist anymore. I don't think it does exist anymore, which is an interesting thing. We need somewhere with some old buildings, assuming they're still there, some of them, with a hill behind. Like, could that be a hill with some houses on it? Or maybe this is a hill with some houses on it. No. Where on earth are we looking? This is actually quite confusing. Alright, well, in the absence of... It's not a very big city, so I think we can just pop ourselves down in the middle somewhere. Like, maybe just here. Sure, whatever. For lack of any other evidence. And then I think this must be going pretty far back. Like, that vehicle has very narrow wheels. People are dressed in pretty old-fashioned clothing here. I wonder whether this is going way, way back. Pretty hard to get these sorts of ones right. I think that hat is starting to look a little bit sort of 1920s, isn't it? So maybe let's go beginning of the 20s, like sort of there, something like that. Oh, it was 1930. Gosh. All right, it was a bit later than I thought. How annoying. I wonder if there are any clues. A view along the street in Wellington. Yeah, I couldn't find that street, but never mind. I think a lot has changed, obviously, since those, well, in the last 100 years. Okay, final round. What is going on here? This is in France. Grand bal, ici, les 13-14 something. André Antoine. That says till 1943, so we know we're might even say 1954 at the end there, so we're obviously after that. I mean, this is a 60s car, so that would make sense that this is after the 50s. So I think that's a 60s car. These round headlines, probably early 60s. What on earth is going on in this picture? Right, okay, so Le Rond Roité or something. Peinture. I mean, we're in France. I may just hazard a guess for Paris in the absence of anything else. Maybe somewhere, what does that say? Papeterie or something? Galbert or something. Yeah, I don't know, somewhere in France in about 1965 or so. Yeah, these are definitely 60s styles over here. This is wine being sold, so I don't know whether that means we're in a wine region. It's not giving a lot away in terms of where in France we are, unless I'm missing something. That probably says glace. That's like an ice cream place. This talks about peinture. Something to do with paint, isn't it? This plaque here might be our best clue, but I don't know who André Antoine actually is or was, and therefore I don't know if that's a clue as to actually where we are. I think maybe let's pop this down somewhere in central old Paris. I mean, I'm kind of ignoring the fact that it seems like we're on a film set, so I'm going to assume that we're not in like Hollywood. I'm going to take it at face value and say we're in France. It's always possible this isn't Paris, but you know, every time I don't go Paris it is, so let's just complete that pattern and I will go Paris, and I bet it won't be, but anyway, let's try it. Oh, it was in Paris. Huh, I didn't recognize the location, but I've been exactly there in Paris. They're still taken in Paris from the rom-com starring Audrey Hepburn. Paris When It Sizzles. It was 1962, so 9,000. I think that's a fairly decent score today. 47,563. We started off with 2 perfect years and, you know, pretty spot on in both locations, all things considered. Every single location was measured in meters, which is always satisfying. Nothing more than a kilometre out. And the worst here was 7 years. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. How did we do on the leaderboard? Okay, that is exciting to see. History Hobo is now added to our leaderboard, another YouTube regular. Gosh, well, I'm thrilled to be top of the leaderboard today. Panda and History Hobo pretty much neck and neck here, 45 and change. Herky 420 just shy of 45,000. Oh, relanded right behind Haraki. Alistair 43.9, Duda 43.5. Yeah, very good. 42. Figbug 37,000 and Gus 20,351. All right. Well done, everybody. I'm delighted. I'm thrilled. What a turn up for the books. All right, let's do another guessing game. I'm going to put a picture up. And we'll leave it there. And yeah, why don't you comment down below as to where and when you think this photo of me was taken. And yeah, I will reveal in the next video. But yeah, please do subscribe if you enjoy watching these. It's been really exciting seeing more and more subscribers come in, so thank you. And thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.